Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Friends, today I have 3 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first story is posted by MoltenMint3422. Entitled Mom tries to break into my house. For some context, I, 20 female, work as a cashier at a nearby grocery store. My neighbor, EM, and her son, who isn't entitled, we'll just call him S, for son of entitled mom, are people I don't see much. However, I do see the son more than I see the entitled mother. We've become friends since I moved in. The son will be 17 in a few days on his birthday. I got him a book that he had been wanting, with some other stuff like snacks and, the usual stuff. It was a cold afternoon, and I got some hot chocolate while I was watching TV. I hear a loud banging and a shrieking coming from the door. When I open it, the following conversation ensues. EM. Hi, you finally opened the door. Me. Sorry, I had some hot chocolate and had to put it down. What can I help you with, EM? EM. Well, I came to get the presents. Me. I haven't wrapped them yet. Sorry. If you give me a few minutes, I can wrap them. I couldn't even finish what I was saying until I heard a shriveling voice say, "You don't have to wrap the keys to my son's new house." Me. What? I'm confused. EM groans and tries to step inside, but I stayed in front of the door, kinda scared that this grown woman, who doesn't seem like she would hesitate to beat me up trying to get inside my house. EM. Are you deaf? Give me those keys to my son's house. Me. I think you have it wrong. I don't have any keys to any other house other than this one. EM. I know, because you're poor. I mean, get the keys to this house you agreed to give him. She gets out her phone and shows an obviously edited screenshot to me and says yes, and at that point I was fed up, so I just slammed the door in her face. I was happy with myself when I walked inside, hearing a loud screaming and banging outside, but after a few minutes it all went quiet. Now I'm a night owl. I read a lot and lose track of time, so I checked the time on my phone after reading a few chapters of a new book, and it was around midnight, so I decided to call it a night, when I heard something odd outside. Now, in my house, my bedroom is in the front of the house, towards the right, and I could pretty much see my entire front yard. I looked out and I'm mortified. I see a figure at the door, and it looked like they were trying to wedge my door open. I was so scared. I had never been in a situation where I needed to call the police. I wasn't sure if I should. When I saw they were nearly in the front door, I decided that I needed to call the police. So I grabbed my phone and called them. They arrived after a few minutes. When I went downstairs after they got the person, I was incredibly shocked to see that it was the entitled mom screaming and kicking about how her son deserved this house, and how it was in fact his house, and how I had stolen his house. I had to stop myself from laughing after hearing that. She was put into the cop car. Son celebrated his birthday with me since his entitled mom hadn't returned, and he cracked up hearing what had happened, and he was so happy with the original gift I bought him. A little update. The EM in fact returned. I'm surprised she hasn't bothered me. Her son says that she's been quiet, so hopefully she's learned her lesson. If I have any more stories about this encounter, I'll be sure to let y'all thirsty for drama know. I have no more to tell, and I hope you all have a nice Karen-free day. Update. The door has a little bit of damage, but is getting fixed, and I'm surprised that so many people saw this story. Nothing else to add, but bye for now. If you're enjoying the content so far, please put a heart emoji in the comment section down below. Our next story is posted by CookieDog800. Mom says I can't get a higher paying job, all because I would move out. This is more of a vent, so please forgive me in advance. So my mom insisted that I stayed with her for my job during the lockdown. It's still going on where I live. So I did, and I regretted it, to the point where I'm losing more money than my job can pay me. I have a job with Amazon in their distribution center. Basically, I sort packages to get to customers' residences. I have the night shift, and it sucks. I have mental health issues, and the night shift, plus stress from my mom, plus the drive has made me look elsewhere for work. I found a good job that pays more, about $8.80 more than what I'm making now, and it's day shift, which is the best bit. That's where my problems lie. So my current job has me driving about 100 miles round trip. It eats my gas mileage like Pac-Man eating his pellets. I roughly make $19 an hour, but the reason that this is worse is my mom expects me to pay her $500 a week for rent. My paycheck is roughly $760. Take away that $500 and I have $260 left. After making payments with my car, that's $180, which leaves me with $80 for gas. Gas where I live is $3.98 a gallon. I used nearly $60 to fill up, from the gas light turning on to full. So yeah, I need somewhere else. Now my new job, which I start in 3 days after writing this, is in the daytime and is remote. I can work from home as long as I have a computer of sorts, a smartphone, and the internet. The job pays more, and my mother saw the text to my grandparents about it, and guess who decided to tear me a new one? If you guessed my EM, you'd be correct. Now my mom doesn't take care of the house, at least since I came back. I had to vacuum, fix everything that breaks, mow the lawn, cook, and take care of my sister. That doesn't sound like an EM so much as it sounds like being a member of a household. I know that's what you're thinking. Well, let me put it to you this way. My EM expects me, 1. Mowing the lawn has to be done every Friday between 9 and 10 a.m. My night shift doesn't let out until 11:50, so even then it's a 40-minute drive if there's no traffic. With traffic, I'll be lucky if I get home around 2:30 p.m. So I get chewed out for not having it done. I can't get any sleep until I've finished my chores. I need to sleep from 5 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., but I can't get enough sleep. She won't let me go to bed until well after 9 p.m. So I get 2.5 hours of sleep. I have to drive 50 miles on a busy highway that's under construction, mind you. 3. I have no personal property. I have a phone that she bought me on my 17th birthday, and now she's handing me bills for that same stupid phone. She bought me a iPhone XR, brand new, for like $1,000. It has the military-grade protective case, the shatterproof screen cover, that sort of thing. She demanded that I turn off the password for all of my devices that I paid for. So aside from $500 rent, I have to pay for a $1,000 birthday gift. She adds $50 a week for internet. 4. She has to read all of my emails and texts, sees all my contacts, and hear every phone call on speaker. I had to purchase antivirus software after getting 9 viruses on my laptop. She goes into my spam and clicks on the links. You know, the ones that say, "You've won a free iPad. Click here to receive it." I had to use money I barely had to purchase antivirus software to keep viruses off my system. 5. Any food I buy, she eats instantly, claiming it's her reward for raising me. 6. My Nintendo Switch, that I bought and have a 5-year warranty on, was sold to a pawn shop. It still had my login info, credit card, PayPal. I had over $200 in gift cards, over $400 in reward points, and had almost a $90 512 gigabyte micro SD card. My Switch is worth a lot more, and she sold it for $50. Yes, that's right, $50. But thank God, when they booted it up and saw my contact info and the account settings, I got a call from them asking why I sold it, to which I told them that I didn't, and I still had a warranty left for 3 years. Well, I got it back without any hassle. The Switch itself was my purchase, and everything else was from family members sending me gift cards or gift cards for it. Needless to say, my new job is my ticket out of there. I put in my 2-week notice already, so I'm all ready for my new job. I can pay her ridiculous fees and save up enough money to get an apartment again to get away. I'm going no contact with her. Not my sister, but her. Now seeing that this new job is better pay, pays better and is day shift, when she's at her job, she decided that I have to stay with Amazon because I can't do remote from her home. So apartment hunting I go. I got a car, but she holds the title deed, so it's her car. But I'm shelling out hundreds a month for it, so she doesn't pay for it. Well, guess who gets a new car without her name on it? Me. I want to get the hell out of this place, but she's emotionally and mentally manipulative. She says that my new job isn't going to pay me right off the bat. The paycheck is with management, HR, and I agreed. It's in my contract, and if they violate it, it's a hefty fine. She then told me that those hours are fake. Once again, agreed upon in my contract, 38 to 40 hours a week. Any more, and I get overtime. Now she's trying to get my family members involved, getting me to stay on at Amazon. They all say she's crazy. Well, now I have her crazy friend group on Facebook who all think that I'm a minor, and I can go grab a beer whenever I want. So yeah, she's Mother of the Year material. God, I hate her. Edit, thanks for all your responses. You guys had some good advice. I'm moving out either this afternoon or tomorrow, so thanks for all the kind words. Our final story is posted by Deleted. I fooled my stepfather into admitting his wrongs against me. Mom divorces him after he attacks me. So this happened when I was 15. If there is a more appropriate sub for this, please let me know. My mom and dad divorced when I was 9. Soon after, my mom married my stepfather. Summers and every other Christmas were spent out of state with my dad. The rest of the time, I was with my mom. They did not have the nicest split in the divorce, but both insisted and kept that they would not interfere with my brother and I, relationship with the other parent. My stepfather did not agree to this, however. He did everything he could to sabotage our relationship with our father. My dad would call and my stepfather would answer the phone and he would hang up on my dad. He called my dad to demand more child support, or he would legally adopt us and my dad would never see us again. I had no real friends growing up because I didn't want to bring people home. One day, while visiting my dad, we ordered some custom leather jackets to arrive about a month later. It came, and I found a box on the dining room table that said return to sender written on it, as he had meant for it to be sent back later. I grabbed it and stashed it in my room, and thankfully he forgot all about it. That night after dinner, as everyone was on the couch watching the evening news, I brought the package out and gave it to my mom. I asked her to explain why it was being sent back. My stepfather began to say that he couldn't afford it, to which I said it was already paid for, and why did he hang up on my dad, who called, and I said that my dad had a recording of him threatening to adopt us in order to prevent my dad from seeing us again. My stepfather began spinning a tale of how he just wanted us to be one big happy blended family. He knew how much my mom didn't like my dad, and he did everything for the sake of the family. Then he caught me smiling and stopped and asked me, "What the heck is so funny?" To which I said, "Dad doesn't have a real recording, but why does he need one of those when you just admitted to everything?" He said something unintelligible and jumped off the couch to lunge at me until my mom stopped him and got between us. My mom simply said, "Out," to which he walked out the front door. After we heard him in the driveway, my mom asked me for the details of everything and apologized for bringing that man into our lives. The next morning, as I was walking to the bus for school, my stepfather quickly pulled up near me and stopped. Then he got out of the car and started walking towards me. I screamed like I had never screamed before. He got up to me and slapped me across the face and grabbed my shirt, started walking me to his car, but I didn't go peacefully, screaming and resisting the whole time. That's when my savior appeared. An older gentleman had seen everything and came out of the house, quite possibly with the largest hand cannon I had ever seen outside of the movies. He just saw a man dragging a screaming teenage girl back to his car. He told my stepdad to stop and pointed the gun at him. He got down on his knees and crossed his ankles, intertwined his fingers behind his head. So I believe he was former military. Isn't that how they taught you to take prisoners? I don't know for sure. His wife had also seen everything and called the police. They came out and began to soothe me. When the police arrived, 2 police cars and 4 officers in total. My savior put down a gun and raised his hands to show the police that he did not mean to harm them, and that he was no threat. His wife said that she was the one who called and said that she and her husband saw a man pull up and grab a young girl and began trying to drag her into a car. They decided to interfere for my safety. I then confirmed the story, but I did not mention that he was my stepfather. The police asked for ID and noted on my student ID a different last name and no sign of the name of my stepfather who was calling me. At the time, I went by my middle name, but on my student ID it had my first name, and it had my father's last name, despite his attempt to claim that he was my father and that he was just disciplining me for something. He was handcuffed and taken away in one of the cars, while the other car drove me to school. I had missed the bus at the time, where the officer went in and told the attendance lady that I had been the victim of an attempted kidnapping, and that was why I was late. He later showed up after school to give me a ride home, and stayed in the house with me until my mom came home from work. My brother, who was unaware of my day's adventure, came home, and me, my brother, and the officer played video games until my mom got home. My mom and stepfather later divorced. When I was at school a couple of days later, my stepfather came by the house with the police escort and my mom's supervision and got all of his stuff. My mom was later able to get a restraining order against him for herself, me, and my brother. I haven't heard from my former stepfather since. My brother still lives with his family in our hometown and saw my savior had just passed away and decided to tell me that he told me to put the story here. I've never posted here before, so if I've done something wrong, please let me know. I know I'm not supposed to glorify violence, but I don't know how else to tell the story without it. That's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit post will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my videos, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.